Alright, so Saved by the Bell Hawaiian Style is a TV movie that came out in 1992. From what I've heard, this movie was actually made after production on at least the first half of the season had wrapped. Or the final season had wrapped. So that means I had to bring back the actresses who played Jessie and Kelly. The only problem with this, now, Wikipedia states that this is set within the continuity of the show. The only problem is it doesn't make sense. If this is set before their senior year, then it doesn't make sense within the continuity of that season, as there was a set of episodes set at a Malibu Sands country club during the summer before their senior year. So this doesn't make any sense. Zach even states in this that he's going to turn 18 soon. So the continuity of this is confusing, as it clearly sets up that it's going to be their senior year when they get back to school, but this was filmed after they filmed the initial episodes. Like, I'm thinking before they filmed the Tori episodes, but after they filmed the episodes with all the regular cast still in it. I'm just trying to think. Because it doesn't, continuity-wise, it makes no sense with the rest of the show. The second film, Wedding in Las Vegas, had better continuity than this one. Because when this starts, Jesse and Slater are still together, which I don't even think they were together during the Malibu Sands stuff. It's hard to follow that because they're so mixed around. Like, they break, I don't know, alright? It's confusing. They break up at some point, but because the first episode of season 5 has Slater and Zach fighting over a new girl, but he's never seen again, of course. But it's confusing. The film itself, though, is actually pretty decent. It deals with the gang going to Hawaii to visit Kelly's grandfather, played by Dean Jones. Always good to see Dean Jones in some things. And they find out that he's actually going to be foreclosed on, and he's gotten an offer from the owner of the big hotel on the island to buy the land. Screech is pointed out as a god, a descendant of a god or something, by the Pukupu, whatever tribe. And that's a good side thing they have going on. They also have this bet by Lisa for $100, $50 per each person, that Slater and Jesse won't get along for the entire trip, and they don't. Something happens and they don't get along. And you have Kelly dating her grandfather, or not dating, but her grandfather's lawyer, who's actually working for the competition, the big hotel guy. Zach falling in love with a woman who is dating the son of the big hotel guy and has a daughter, not from the big hotel guy, but from someone else. And like I said, the continuity is confusing because he tells her at the end that he's going to turn 18 soon. But I couldn't get any information on Wikipedia about when this was filmed, but from what I've heard, it was filmed after the first batch of episodes for season 5 at least. the final season, whatever you call it, season 5, season 4, whatever. I don't know. It's confusing. Mr. Belding is in it, and my God. So, if you don't know, throughout the show, they've set up fake principals or fake characters within the principal's office. They do that all the time. Here, they actually use Mr. Belding as the fake character, a fake professor at a college, to trick the lawyer into thinking that they found the Pakupu deed that says they own all the land, including a hotel that wants to buy Harry's hideaway or whatever. And Mr. Belding is just awesome. Oh, he's going around, and it's funny as hell. He was amazing. He's amazing. So all these subplots have to be fixed towards the end of the movie, right? So Screech gets the Pakupu people jobs as Harry's staff because the students the cast filled in as Harry's staff for the most of this film. I do like that in order to get, because Mr. Belding is there with a teachers group, and so the cast dress up all weird to drive the guests out, with Jesse dressing up like a crazy maid, Slater dressing up as some weird Italian cook guy, and I swear to God, Zach and Screech dressing up like Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World. The only thing is that I think they were character swapped because Screech was Wayne and Zach was Garth. Only reason I can think of is because their regular hair colors are that of blonde and brunette, and they didn't want to switch the hair colors around. Otherwise, it would have fit perfectly if Screech was Garth and Zach was Wayne. But yeah, and they're supposed to be exterminators. This movie actually went longer than I thought it would. I know it's a 2-hour movie, but I figured that was just with TV time. But no, it's like, it felt like 2 hours. I started at 10:30 and it's like 12:30-ish right now. So that's 2 hours. So, but yeah, it's a decent film. You know, it's within the, you know, the same vein as the cartoon. That should have made a cartoon as the TV series. It's in the same kind of, got the same comedy without the laugh track. That's the only difference. And it's still pretty good. I would have loved to have seen James somehow pop up as the professor. They wouldn't even have to explain it. It's just James. But it's Mr. Belding because it works. He was there. But yeah. So like I said, they wrap everything up at the end with the Pakuku becoming the staff for Harry's hideaway. Harry, because they show this deed to the crooked lawyer who shows it to the owner of the big hotel, and then they burn it. Well, Zach and team actually planted cameras in the room, so they got it all on tape. And since they burned, well, you know, the deed is fake, but since they burned it, they can't prove it's fake. And Harry can't prove that it's real, but they'd be tied up in court forever just going at it, so Harry wins in the end. And, like, Kelly gets revenge on Brian, the lawyer guy, and Zach says his goodbye to Andrea, who's the girl that he meets. It's all just, you know, your simple story. I confused this at first with the Palm Springs 2-parter of the series. I thought that's what this was. I thought it was, that's what it was, because I remember the Palm Springs 2-part has a cliffhanger where it looks like Zach and Kelly might get back together. Well, when this starts and he meets Andrea and he starts hitting on her, I'm like, okay, where does it go from this to Zach and Kelly getting back together? And I realized, when I was looking through the episodes for my top 10 list I'm doing, I realized, oh, okay, wrong one. But all in all, guys, this was decent. I'm going to give it a I get an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Fitting within the confines of the show, it's pretty good. So what are your thoughts on Saved by the Bell Hawaiian style? Let them in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.